Hello everyone, welcome back to the Gundam close-up view. I hope you enjoyed the ASMR build video. If you haven't checked it out, the link is on the upper right corner. Today we are going to look at sort of a big master grade model kit. This model has never appeared on the big screen, even though this is from the original storyline for the Char Counterattack movie. Since it could not make an appearance in the movie, this mobile suit was first introduced on the Mobile Suits Gundam ver.ka Children. So yes, the model that we are talking about here is the 1100 Master Grade Hi Nu Gundam version Katoki. This mobile suit is an alternative to the RX-73 Nu Gundam. So there are a lot of similarity between them, and both of them are customized mobile suit designed by Amuro specifically for new type. So what we are looking here is a snap build finished product. Beside panel lining and out of the box water slide decal, semi-gloss top coat is applied as well. This is not only my first time doing a water slide decal, but also my first time doing top coat. So I did mess up a little bit here and there. So as always, on our left is the box art. Similar to older version Katoki kit, this box does not capture any fight scene at all. Instead, it only shows the stand-up pose of the model. Version car tagging mean that they are not the original design coming from the anime or novel. It is a slightly upgrade in design which is done by Hajime Katoki. The main purpose is to make it look more stylish. If you look closely, the box art model does tell you how the complete kit look like with all the decals. So on the shield, the fin funnel, the shoulder, the body, the waist, the leg, all the marking we are seeing here are exactly 100% in the instruction. Further, in the background, there's a fading image of the Hi Nu in launching mode. This add-on creates more depth into the art. So moving to the right, we have all the weapon and accessory coming with the model kit. We have one beam rifle, one physical shield, one hybrid bazooka, 3 beam saber, 6 fin funnel, and 1 display stand. So question time, is this 2014 model still good to buy? If so, should you include this in your collection? The main selling point of this model are the bulky design with different style fin funnel backpack. Compared to the Nu Gundam, the color scheme is quite simple and unique. So let's have a closer look at the overall detail, starting with the weapon. So first, let's go over the beam rifle. This is the Hi Nu primary weapon, which has a fairly unique design, especially the barrel portion. The bulkiness on the top and the piping detail on the bottom fit in pretty well with the overall design of the Hi Nu Gundam. I have to oppose Bandai on the detail of this section though. They can easily put 2 semi-curved pipe and done with it. However, they go an extra mile to include those layered details just on such a small part of the rifle. In terms of color, it comes mainly white and light gray. So on top of the white, Bandai include 4 red decals to break up the color. Another outstanding design I would like to point out is the upper scope looking part. The crepe in and out on each section does give an illusion of one straight in the part. So next up is the shield. This is a very big size shield which is constructed mostly white, therefore definitely feel those panel lines. The benefit of having a white base is that all the decals will be popping once we apply, and yes, there are 13 decals in total on this shield. Also, it has a beam cannon equipped underneath along with the 4 missiles. Since this is in the back of the shield, it's really up to personal choice on the panel lining job. If you choose to do so, it will definitely look like this. For connection, it is a ball joint combined with a square peg, which is very secure when hooking into the left forearm. The ball joint gives us the ability to turn around while posing. First quick note here, since this shield is very big and it can turn for different poses, the chances it will bump into the fin funnel is extremely high. Sometimes just by moving the hand, it would hit the fin funnel and scratch off the decal. You can tell I learned it the hard way here, and this happened after the top coat. Be very careful with it. Moving on with the second long-range weapon for the Hi Nu, the hybrid bazooka. The design is pretty standard, I have to say. However, the decals are pretty neat. There are 6 decals on each side and all are coming with different size and form. We have the gray piping on the front barrel, would add a different texture on the look. The red text on each side of the middle collapsible section. Along with that, a white decal on the lower part as well. Then, a pretty nice pieces on the main body and the armor pack. When not in use, it can be shortened and stored on the back. We need to flip out this connection pack on the backpack. Overall, very nice detail. Second quick note here is the connection with the backpack is very strong. But the connection peg of the pieces with the backpack is very small and weak. As you can see, I only do the snapping twice and the stretch mark is already appeared. I would probably just store the bazooka somewhere else. Up next is the most basic weapon for any Gundam, the beam saber. There are 3 beam saber in total, and according to the design, they should not be identical. However, Bandai only give us 3 identical beam saber here. For the effect part, there are 2 regular beam effects and they both come with a transparent blue, which is quite rare. And in terms of decal, the instruction only asks us to apply 1 on each beam saber. However, they do provide 3 extra identical decal. So if you prefer to apply on both sides of the beam handle, you're welcome to do so. So last but not least, we are definitely going to deep dive into the fin funnel. There are 6 fin funnel in total. These are the Hi Nu strongest weapon. When not in use, they are stored and charged on the backpack funnel rack. The angle can be adjusted by moving either up or down or in or out. It is constructed with 2 main colors, the white and the very light gray. All the fading purple here are from the water slide decal, and yes, those are the infamous trademark of the Hi Nu ver.ka model. There are 4 pieces on each side of the funnel. The first big one is on the front. The decal cover the surface, the side, and also up to the tips of the fin funnel. The second biggest decal is on the middle, and it curves all the way to the sides as well. Then the third one is supposed to be on this area to close the gap. Then the text label is last. My personal touch here is to swap the position of these 2 decals, mainly because I want to show off the sharp cut on the surface of the fin funnel, and that creates more lining detail on the lower section. In order to protect this, definitely top coat them. However, a lot of people are facing the chip off issue, including me, even though it's used a decal set or top coat. From what I can see, the main reason is that these decals are not cut 100% to fit in with the fin funnel. In fact, they are a little bit oversized, so if you look closely, you will see the decal edge sticking out, and this area is unavoidable when posting the fin funnel. Therefore, third quick note here, I would recommend trimming the edge of these 2 big decal pieces before soaking them into the water and apply them. In terms of mobility, it can flip either way and use this part to connect to the rack. Underneath the fin funnel, there are a ton of panel light, which I recommend to do because unlike the shield, these will be very visible when you display them separately on the flying post. Here come the 4 tips. When posting these fin funnel, if we follow the instruction to have these 2 side pieces folding outside, it would be very floppy. Rather than that, have them fold inside, and you will notice the differences. Not only it does look a little bit more better and thinner, but also is more secure. So alright, that is quite mouthful. Let's look at the backpack. Personally, I really love the design of this backpack. All the pieces come together and give it a phoenix vibe, especially if you look at it from this angle. This portion looks like the head of the bird, and the funnel rack is sizable enough to be considered as the wing. The other 2 propellant tanks represent the tail. So if anyone wants to customize the backpack, that would be a great idea. So in terms of mobility, the section with the huge thruster underneath can move either up and back slightly. The funnel rack can only swing in and out. The 2 propellant tank is very sizable, and it's not too big or not too small. It is not connected from a straight angle, so when we move up and down, it does have an illusion that it is spreading in or out horizontally. Here come the 5th posting tip. These 2 propellant tank units can be used to balance the kit depending on different ground posts. A lot of nice detail and decal can be spotted on the backpack. Alright, so moving on with the last accessory. This is an identical display stand with the one coming from the new Gundam ver.ka. However, Bandai provides these pieces so that we can make use of the stand to support the Gundam while it is on the ground. There are 6 arms in total to hold each fin funnel. Only the tip has the ball joint, so it can move freely. The other 2 sections of the stand arm are very tight, so be gentle with it while adjusting them. There are 6 slots on each side of the stand, so you can choose either display them all in one side or split them out evenly. The slot is big enough for 2 arms sticking at the same level as well. Alright, here come another tips. When putting on this stand, it would be better to take out the backpack because this part will have to slide in between the backpack and the back of the model kit. Just pull out the backpack and align everything before securing it. We can also adjust the stand angle to recreate the lean forward pose. In order to do that, we have to pull off this whole section and switch it. So moving on to the model, let's have a look at the lower body first, starting with the waist. Overall design of the front skirt, side skirt, and the back skirt are very consistent. They are huge in size and have neat detail along with some beautiful decal. Each of them can move independently. Even though they are quite huge, they are very versatile when it comes to pose adjustment. Only the back skirt has an open gimmick to reveal more detail. First, we need to open the upper section, then push this down to open the lower section. Let's deep dive into the leg. The Hi Nu has a very unique leg design and is distinct itself from the Nu Gundam a lot. The design is a mix between bulkiness and curve. The hip and leg joint is huge and it feels very safe when posing around. The thigh armor is just basic design, which is fine because most of the time it got covered by the front skirt. Getting close to the knee, the piston design is visible both front and back, but only the front one is fully functional when we bend it. The knee bend is pretty decent and it can get close to 180 degrees with all the armor close up. We will know when we reach the limit, the knee armor split will show up. Since we mentioned about the armor gimmick, the back of the lower leg can be open to show off inner frame design. First, open up this purple armor. Second, pull up the white part, and then open the two side armor. We can spot a big thruster here. In the front, that look quite special. The curve up design really play a big role here. Big open area for thruster mixed with thin band inward armor. It is mostly white, so decal will definitely help to break out the color. Down to the feet with the big upgrade ball joint, the feet can pivot to a lot of different angles. The purple is really pop here. The tips of the feet can move up and down slightly. Underneath there are two gripping gimmick as well. So moving on to the upper body, even though all the armor pieces are white around the abs, the detail and layer look is visible to the eyes. Unfortunately, it can do zero ab crunch. The only mobility here is rocking left and right, and also turn slightly left and slightly right to create dynamic. Next is the torso. The big purple armor in between the front armor pieces and the neck armor pieces bring up a very nice contrast for the overall look. We can also spot a lot of tiny detail along the neck as well. Of course, decal and decal and decal. Definitely recommend to apply them. Just be careful with this decal on the side front torso. Bandai only provide two pieces, so be gentle and pay attention before you top coat. So next we have the hand. Shoulder are packed of decal and it can move up independently. It also has a gimmick to show more in the detail. This part can be opened up. The front and the back can be pulled down, which allow them to swing out a little bit more. It isn't too bulky to begin with, plus the unique shoulder joint, we can position the arm nicely without any limitation. Down to the elbow, it can bend freely. Next we have an asymmetrical forearm design. On the right, we have a machine gun hidden inside. To access it, we need to slide up the front, pull up the machine gun, just blocking the beam saber and pull it out. On the left, we pull down the front part and open up to reveal the beam saber here. The palm is similar to perfect grade technology in which we can move every single knuckle. Make sure to follow the instruction when first breaking in all the joint. Everything about this technology is good except the ball joint that connects the palm to the forearm. It is just too weak to withstand the weight of the beam rifle, so definitely cheat the angle a little bit while posing with this hand. Moving to the head, the special neck joint is lifesaver here. Not only it helps to create more dynamicness for the neck joint, but also it enables the head to turn sideways. It also has the lighting gimmick on the front eye and the forehead camera. In order to turn on the light, we have to pull off this whole section from the back. Even with eye sticker, it still looks very good. In terms of design, the head looks pretty balanced. The curve on the side does go along with the curvy look of the leg. It is mostly white with two spots of purple, the chin and the V-fin cap. So for sure add these two side decals for more color. So in conclusion, this 2014 model is definitely one of those modern kits with all the new design aspects starting from the inner frame, the joint, the armor design, and the color separation. However, this is definitely not a starter-friendly model kit because of those big water slide decal on the fin funnel. For the Hi Nu Gundam, there are two master-grade models. The previous version was released in 2007, and for sure, this 2014 version outshined that in many aspects. The Hi Nu ver.ka is one of those kits that the more you look at it, the better looking it seems to be. I personally dislike the big chunky portion of this model at first, and my mind turned after building it. Despite all the big parts, it is still very posable. Bandai also provide an extra base for us to display the kit plus all the fin funnel. We actually have an option to not display the kit on the stand, and rather than that, you can display it on the ground and use the stand for the fin funnel only. This model is definitely a good display piece in your collection. However, don't rush to building this model kit right away. Get yourself familiar with water slide decal and top coat before touching this ver.ka. So that is everything I have for this model. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please subscribe, share, and hit that notification button. Bye bye, and I will see you next time.